This it. The only time. The way. Shay. Ah. Delicioso. I have been grinding this way too much, but let's get right to it. Why has this dungeon not been completed? Seriously? Hello, Reapers! My name's Scythe. We are back again for a live stream. I ended up just doing one last night. Well, same night. That live stream is actually going to go up 6:30. Or it's 6:30 right now for me, Pacific time. Sorry, I've been up all night. I'm a little bit tired, so when I'm explaining things, I may explain them poorly. But in that stream, that's where we ended up touching upon a bulk of most of the PTS content. As for right now, we're just going to be focusing on the Vanguard. I'm not in Discord, not hanging out with anybody or anything. I just wanted to kind of do a casual stream where we're just grinding this out because as you can see in the top left, we're at level 28. So we're really, really close. I want to try and get to level 30 before I end up going to bed. Because then it leaves tomorrow. Look at those new shadows. I love it. The new, like, tomorrow I can end up getting, like, a whole bunch of videos recorded and stuff of all of the new content. Because as of right now, it's just about me grinding this character as fast as possible, right? But now you guys will get to actually see what it's like at the end game. I don't have Pyro Disc. I wish I had a melee Pyro Disc, but I don't. And I wish I had a cornerstone. There's one right there. Whoa! Because I need more pots. I need more pots. Using trail blazing so that we have more movement. Does Reshade work on Steam? Yeah, it does. You just gotta put it into the right installation folder. I ended up talking about that in my Reshade video, so you can check that out. I also have it all in the description if you don't want to siphon through the entire 10 minutes that it takes to go through it. I saw people with new mastery tier shields. Yeah, I could be at that if I was actually like at 550, but I will probably get that when I get this character to 30, I think, or at least I'll be really, really close. And then there are like other items that I could end up grinding up that I just don't have right now. Like I've been dedicating 100% of my time to just grinding and leveling up this character. Nothing else. Outside of Rampages, of course, because those are just absolutely beautiful. How's the Vanguardian? He needs a little bit of work, honestly speaking. We'll see what happens when it comes to the live server. But his ranged mode is broken. Like, I don't mean that in a good way. I mean, it doesn't work. Like, you'll be in your ranged mode using your attacks, and it just... None of the attacks register. It just doesn't do anything. Like, seriously. It's pretty disgusting, honestly. But as for the melee, I mean, you're kind of seeing it right here. This is pretty much all you do is just you cast your number 1, which pretty much operates like a pyro disc, gives you movement, speed, attack buff, and stuff like that. And run in, laser things, because when you end up using your laser ability, it ends up weakening the enemy. It's kind of like a debuff, and then you just do a 1-2 combo, and everything dies. You know, and I'm not even level 30 yet. I don't even have my last gem on this guy. But he's a lot of fun. That's the biggest thing about him. Like, we all kind of speculated how fun it was going to be, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Like, Merc ended up saying it very well earlier, where he was saying, like, what's wrong with me? I grinded, because he already got his character to 30, because he was grinding a lot earlier than me. And he was saying, like, to be fair... It's because this class is so fun. Because if it was a different class and it ended up getting boring, grinding to 30, then we probably wouldn't be doing this in one day. Yeah, this update's supposed to be coming out in March. That's the last that we heard of it. But now it just says spring 2018, so possibly April. Either late March or April. We'll see what ends up happening. Where is... Oh, I went downstairs instead of going up to the 3-star. Help! I'm trapped by a trophy! I like how those things still block you. But that knockback, man, that's another big thing they gotta just altogether remove. Like, I love how the devs were sitting there saying, this class doesn't have knockback. And it's like, no, it's got too much knockback. Like, way too much. Get rid of it. Like, just, jeez Louise. Why are you wasting... I love that comment, Spocky. Why are you wasting time leveling him when he's on the PTS? Because then I can see what he's like at the end game and make a tutorial video talking about this character in Ultra Towers and U9 and how you're going to build the character and then the level 30 costume and I mean, like, the list goes on. Seriously? Like, why not waste my time? For everybody else, I'm wasting my time so that everybody else doesn't have to. Essentially, that's pretty much it, right? How much hours do you think it takes to farm to 30? I mean, that depends. Like, I've been using XP potions pretty much, like, every time I'm done with one. Thankfully, I have enough of them that I can do this. But the other thing that you gotta consider is today is XP day, right? So we've got all of this XP going on right here, which 50% more experience. If we had Patron, it would actually be even faster to grind this guy, but you can't have Patron on the test server. So it would essentially be like 50% less time spent grinding. So when he's on the live server, I would say maybe like 5 to 10 hours. If you're just non-stop going for it, like it's not bad. You can grind the character up in a day. If you're not like using Patron, I mean, that's what I'm doing right now, but granted, I'm using XP potions, so I don't know. Tough to tell. Get to level 30 or I'll donate $1 million. Okay. I'll be sure to get to level 30 so that you don't end up getting investigated by the IRS. Oh my. Laser! I love it, dude. This character is so fun. Laser of death again. Blah. Dead. Why can't I buy the Vanguardian pack? You freak. You don't have to buy the Vanguardian pack. Go to your classes and for some weird reason, all the way down at the bottom, there you go. There's your Vanguard. You just have it unlocked when you go to the PTS. Okay? Nerf the Vanguardian. Why? There's nothing to nerf on him. In fact, he needs a little bit of a buff rework. Not much. Only a little bit. He's not better than Gunslinger and Shadow Towers by a long shot. I love how the devs kept saying that he was going to end up being better, but no, he's not. Whoops, I forgot my potions. He is not better than the Gunslinger. He's not faster than the Neon Ninja as far as farming, but he's fun, right? That's pretty much what it's all about. Now, as far as killing, like with your melee, you're actually doing faster kills than the Neon Ninja, but the Neon Ninja still just, woo, he's long gone. I saw like a Neon Ninja during a Rampage challenge compared to me just running around on my Vanguard, and he just lost me. Like, that was it. Wait, there's different daily rewards now? Yeah, there is. I mean, like I said, I'll say this again, and I'm probably going to end up saying it a lot of times during the stream, folks, so get ready to hear it. But I'm going to have tutorials on everything, okay? So don't worry. If there's one aspect that you're confused about, or you're wanting to know, like, about a new feature or something, don't worry. I've been spending this entire day grinding my Vanguard up so I can end up having videos talking about how he actually operates in U9 and Ultra Towers in comparison to other classes, etc., get used to him. And then I got to experience the Draco and stuff. And for the most part, I'm just kind of getting used to all of the updates slowly so that when I end up making, doing the recording of all my videos tomorrow, I'll know, like, try and like have a big list of all the things that I gotta cover, right? Yeah, this update's coming out on console too, don't worry. How do you get the Vanguard? Going to the PTS right now, my dude. By the way, I'm gonna put a post in my community forum sometime soon asking you guys, like, do you prefer when I live stream like this where all it has is the face cam? Or do you like it better when you get to see the YouTube comments and, you know, get to see, like, the banner and everything else? Like, my fancier stream setup, right? Like, which one do you guys prefer? I'm going to put on the community page. Will Trove go to Nintendo Switch? Doubt it. Maybe sometime in the future, but I don't think this game could. It's too unoptimized, dude. We got a couple optimization settings, though, with this patch, which is nice. Like, you can actually turn down the video effects in the graphical options. You don't have to actually do it with, you know, text commands or anything. Text commands are still going to end up doing more, but... What's his subclass? So when the character is flying, his passive ability has it so that when you're flying, this gust of wind goes... And then when you land, you destroy blocks. His subclass ability lets every other character do that as well. So you're going to be able to have this supercharged flying. Now, if you're super cheap and don't have bombs, it's actually really useful for getting into dungeons because you can just blast your way into them. Most of all, I just have a lot of fun killing bosses with it. Like, you just land on them and then poof, big explosion, they're dead, right? Like, it's so fun. Can you get the class on console? No, only on PC on the test server right now. PC is the only one that actually has the test server because otherwise it just would be way too complicated for them to actually do it on console, unfortunately. So, How are you level 28 already? I've been grinding nonstop. Yeah, Kangaroo saying too how it would be nice to have a nice desert variant like we just got the neon variant. I'm really hoping that rather than them trying to add new biomes and stuff, we're just going to see kind of like sub-biome reworks of the current biomes, you know? Like, I could see that. Because the new neon biome, it's sick, dude. It really is. But it kind of like just feels like an add-on. Now, unfortunately, one big problem with this update is that the new, like, oopsie daisy, I didn't let myself charge my lunge attack there. All of the new content, like the Vanguard, his new costumes, and a whole bunch of other things, right? All of that stuff is pretty much exclusive to the new biome. So when this goes on live, grind your character to 30, and then pretty much just non-stop grind the new biome, which, you know, it's not that I have that much of a problem with that, as much as I just think that that's very bad gameplay development to kind of force players into going into this one specific biome. What happened there? That's really glitchy. Come on. Blam! There we go. That's what I wanted to do. It's like with Warframe, the Plains of Eidolon ended up coming out, and one of the big complaints that everybody had was that all of these new resources got added to the game that you could only get from the Plains, rather than being able to get in any other mission in the game. And that's kind of one of the big problems that I'm noticing with this update, is you're going to be forced to grind that new biome until Kingdom Come, because the amount of resources that you actually need is ludicrous. Like, I'm all for grinding, but make it so that we can actually grind it in other biomes, you know what I mean? Yeah, as far as the viability of this character, his ranged mode sucks. It's just broken. Like, it doesn't work at all. Half the time your attacks just don't actually hit. And then as far as U9 farming, you're going to be using melee, obviously, because your number 1 ability gives you movement speed, whereas when you're in range mode, your number 1 doesn't give you movement speed, so obviously there's that. Like, your number 1 essentially is going to be like Pyro Disc. Gives you movement speed and attack speed, and it does a bunch of damage as well, right? And then there's going to be the ranged mode, which, you know, you can kind of use it in Shadow Towers, I guess, but it has to start, like, ranged mode would be fine if the projectiles would actually connect and work. Like, it's too laggy and broken. They need to fix it. So I can't really say anything about the ranged mode, honestly, but as far as Shadow Towers are concerned, he's good. He works. He's probably the best melee character in Shadow Towers, and when the ranged attack does actually start working, he's gonna be the only melee character that I would recommend you could use for Dreadnought, because you get to keep your distance, right? So you're gonna actually have the survivability. But otherwise, oddly enough, folks, the Draco's rework, woohoo, like, if you want to main the Draco, you can. He can actually solo a lot of Ultra Towers right now. I still haven't actually swapped my gems over to him. Joe was testing it out, and it's pretty cool. You know, the subclass ability for the Draco now just guaranteed summons your Draco babies, which is a lot of extra damage. Like, seriously, he really does pack a punch. It's really cool that they ended up fixing it. What? Plans for open world in what? I don't even know what that guy's talking about. Open world in Venus? Like, what? Is it worth grinding gems for this character? Oh, yeah. Like, you know, ultimately, you gotta enjoy playing it. This is my favorite Trove character. Like, I have so much fun just playing on him. So, as soon as he goes to the live server, I'm gonna main him. You know, I'm gonna swap all my night gems over to him. And he's so fun, dude. Like, seriously. Yeah. I know, I'll have another video, that's what I mean. I'll have separate videos about all that stuff because someone's asking about seeing the Draco rework. I'll have a video talking about that in the following weeks. Today was just me trying to, I gotta grind this character to level 30, guys. That's my priority for today. Then I'm gonna probably just go to bed. And then when I wake up, it's just non-stop recording. I'm not going to be able to do a live stream for quite a while because here's the thing, Reapers. This update is only going to be around until the weekend. Like, after the weekend, it's gone. Now, the developers actually said that this update's going to be around for a long time. Well, not necessarily a long time, but they didn't say when the PTS was going to go down, right? However, if we end up actually hopping over, I'll let this guy complete the dungeon. If we hop over to this screen right here, you can see the server will be closed again after the weekend. So I'm assuming Sunday on the daily reset is when they're going to end up closing this. There's so many new awesome things though, dude, like seriously. Oh, what's the class gem? Yeah, everybody keeps wanting to know about that. I'm gonna have proper videos on all that stuff, don't you worry, folks. But what the class gem ability does, it's actually a really, really good one, where it makes it so that your last attack in your combo, so when you're in fist fighting mode, 1-2 uppercut, 1-2 uppercut. On that uppercut, you're going to end up reducing the cooldown of all of your abilities. And if you're in ranged mode, it's actually on your 5th attack, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when that shot goes off when you're in ranged mode, that's going to reduce your cooldown. So it's actually a really, really good, really good class gem ability. Actually makes the character like really, really powerful because as far as U9 grinding, you can end up just using that #1 ability like almost all the time. But I'll show you some ranged gameplay here. Hopefully it's going to end up being a little bit more stable, but for the most part, you're just going to be playing this guy melee. Like, you can see a lot of my attacks aren't actually even registering on these enemies. Like, I don't know. There's something missing about this character's range. Like, they really need to fix it. Like, something is wrong with it. It's not, oh, it's not that great. No, something's broken. Like, half your attacks don't do anything. It doesn't register. It's stupid. Whee! That said, he would actually probably be pretty good. Like, you can see we're doing like 7 mil here, 7 mil there, etc. With just casual right-click attacks and stuff. And then when you use your #1 with this mode, it's just going to give you increased attack speed. And you actually almost get close enough. Like, when you have Lunar Lancer triggered and you use that attack speed buff, you're actually really, really close to the Shadow Hunter's ability. Like, of just attack speed, right? Now, if we can get a Rampage while we're doing this stream, that would be awesome, because I really want to show you guys what that's like. It's so cool. It's pretty much this hourly challenge. It's so stupid how it was implemented, though, unfortunately. I really can't believe how badly the Rampaging was implemented, because it's so cool. Like, it's like one of the coolest things Trove has ever added. You essentially end up fighting, like, alternate versions of Daughter of the Moon, Pinata God, and Weeping Prophet in the neon biome, like out in the world, and you have to kill it with tons of other players. You have to. And it's like so awesome, but for some weird reason they decided to make it an hourly challenge, and you don't know whether or not, like, it's random whether it's gonna be a Rampage challenge or a collection challenge or a normal, just a normal challenge, you know what I mean? So it's really, really disappointing that it's just kind of random. But when it shows up, oh man, Like, it's so hype. On your screen, like right in the middle, it goes warning, warning, Rampage inbound. And then you just go into the new biome and you start trying to find these insanely powerful bosses that have like weird alternate attacks and stuff. And, you know, like the Weeping Prophet version has this big blast wave where he just pushes all the players back. The Daughter of the Moon one ends up throwing launch pads on the ground that end up making it really, really tedious to actually try and farm her. And it's so cool, dude. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting the timing down a little bit with our gliding, because it takes a little bit before it ends up triggering. But, yeah, you're going to need to farm those guys quite a bit, considering the fact that they make them so uncommon. What? Are people spamming about giveaways? I will mute. Sorry to say, we're on test server, man. I'm not giving anything away. What is this? Oh no, I can't get into this dungeon. Don't worry. I love that. That's so fun. But yeah, I want to get this guy to level 30, man. Is there a new weapon? Yeah. It's a fist weapon. I could actually, like, I'm gonna have another video. Again, that's where I'm gonna save those other videos so that I don't have to waste my time doing it now for all of you guys. But I'm gonna have videos that are gonna show off the different fist styles and stuff like that, because there's a lot of them, and they're actually really, really cool. And, oh yeah, check this out. A lot of the radiant weapon auras have actually got new video effects specifically for the fist weapon. So you actually see the kind of electric gauntlets that we have going on right now. This is actually the normal electronic lightning bolt that you can end up having on your sword styles. The one that's already in the game. It just looks different on the fist weapon, which is so cool. Like, a lot of the fist weapon variants look really, really awesome. What does the second ability do? That's your ultimate ability. That toggles the character from melee to ranged. But unfortunately, the range is just like, ew. Unless you mean his mouse 2, which, if you're in this mode, your mouse 2 is going to end up shooting a laser. It's kind of like a shotgun blast. Think of it as like the pirate captain, right? And it ends up debuffing the enemy so that they end up taking more damage from your attacks. That's why you'll usually see me cast it before I end up fighting a U9 boss, right? But he's so fun, like, seriously. And if I had a pyro disc, man, that would be so hype. Oh, we're almost level 29, Reapers. We almost got it. Yikes. It's going so quick. Let's go do the 30 dungeon. Or 3-star dungeon, not 30 dungeon. What am I saying? How much longer are you streaming? Till I'm level 30, so we probably got another hour at least. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with that. But I love it. Maybe I'll do a little bit longer. It depends how I'm feeling when we end up getting to level 30. 29 hype! When we end up getting to level 30, potentially, if I'm not feeling too tired, because I'm actually feeling really good right now, we could end up going into Ultra Towers and start experimenting. Do it all live, right? But I wanted to have these live streams. You know, I ended up having another live stream that I ended up doing tonight, right? That video is going to show up at 7, so in like 10 minutes. And then this stream is going to end up showing up on Sunday. That way I have a lot of extra time to record and get other videos prepared for you guys. So we'll see. I still haven't even had time to upload any of my other videos today. So I don't know. I'm going to probably end up getting pretty behind on things. But hey, everybody's into all this stuff. And myself included, man. Like, I love this character. He's so fun. I know I just keep saying that, but really. And this update in general, it's hype. Like, seriously. Are they going to put the class on PS4? Yes! Like, seriously. They're going to put it on PS4 and Xbox. You can expect this update to hit the exact same time that it does on PC. Don't worry about that. Give me more pots! Gotta go and get this dungeon over here. Now, the other thing, too, is I wish the Rampage bosses would actually show up on the map. That would be so cool. But the map itself, it's seen such a big rework. Like, you actually see different types of recipe dungeons and stuff like that on the map now. You see the 3 Trovian dungeon show up. There's so many little quality of life updates. And also, one thing that we were concerned about is one of the new daily login things, or not daily login, but one of the new daily events is like more dragon fragments. And it's actually really cool because when you are just out farming, like let's say you're farming Jurassic, you're going to have more chances of the enemies dropping dragon shards, right? But when you end up actually going and killing like a static dragon, like let's say a pirate dragon, you're going to end up getting 2 times the amount of shards. So they ended up actually balancing it out quite well with those dragons. It's going to end up being really, really helpful to a lot of players. And then also you're going to have to, I just keep saying this, but you're going to have to grind your shadow towers on Monday, dude. Like, seriously. Rampage boss, please. Dude, that's the whole problem. It's a random event. I can't. Like, it has to just randomly show up, like, on the hour of the event. We just gotta see it happen, and hopefully it's there. Man, we're actually, look at this. Like, we're already, like, that much into our next level. It's not taking that long at all. Like, these XP potions are pretty overpowered. I've never grinded a character since the XP potions have been added to the game, because I already had all my classes at level 30 before they were in. But, man alive, so cool. This class is like Goku. So, here's the thing. We don't have a Goku costume for this character yet, but there is a retro kind of Superman costume for this character. And it's so cool because I've only heard about it. I haven't seen it. But the video effects for it actually are like when you're punching enemies and stuff, it's like pow, zap. So it's like a retro cool like superhero costume that they really went all out with. It's so cool. There's also a really cool like kind of shadowy themed like Dark Infinian costume for this character, and my absolute favorite, which we can actually see in the store right now, is this costume right here, because he's got like a torn up cape and he's got skulls all over his armor and stuff, and it just looks so cool, man. Like, Stratus ended up going into the game files so that we could take a quick peek at it. Yes, this character is physical damage. 100% physical damage. Thank goodness it's not a hybrid, right? Because that would have been disgusting. Who is better, Neon Ninja or this guy? That's the thing, dude. We're going to kill dungeon bosses way faster than Neon Ninja with this character, because we can usually either one-shot them, as you saw right there with our laser, or we'll end up, you know, just lasering them and doing a combo, whereas the Neon Ninja has to build up shurikens. And the difference, though, is that this character is not going to in any way, shape, or form keep up to the Neon Ninja Rage speed build. Like, you just completely outrun this character. If I had Pyro Disc, it wouldn't be too bad. I would actually be really good. I think that this character is a very, I won't say a close second to the Neon Ninja, but he's very, very close to the same farming speed as the Lunar Lancer with a speed build, if not a little bit better. Can you get the Vanguardian with class coins? No idea. Honestly speaking, no idea. But here's the funny thing. So, crafting this character, this is actually Trove's first expert class. So, he's going to end up being, like, seriously, I'm just gonna say it. If you're a free-to-play player and you don't want to end up grinding anything and want to get this guy legit, or grinding anything, I mean buying anything, but if you want to create this character legit at the crafting table, it's gonna take you weeks. Like, the amount of resources that is required to actually craft this class is insane. You can only craft him at a crafting table that's in the new biome, and it costs a whole bunch of new resources that are extremely hard to get. Like, they're really, really difficult to get right now. Most of all, just because they're not in rotation. But essentially, you're gonna have a couple options to get them for free players, and you are going to have plenty of options to get them as a pay-to-win player, obviously. But, it's pretty crazy, Dad. Did I just say dad instead of dude? What was that? Oh, man, that was so stupid. I've never had a brain fart like that. Like I said, I've been up all night just grinding this character nonstop, right? So, I'm like so, like, my brain is like so fried right now. But I want to get this character to level 30 before I end up going to bed. And then, like I said, we'll see. Maybe we'll go into Ultra Towers. I don't know. Have you tried the Divinity costume? Divinity costume is in the game's code, but it's actually not in the game right now. There's also a couple new dragons that have been added to the game that aren't in the collections tab right now. I don't know whether or not you're going to be able to get those dragons with dragon effigies, because they're really, like, let me tell you again, I don't want to get too hype about it, okay? Because there seriously is a lot more going on here than you think. But the new biomes crafting table where you craft this class also has a whole bunch of different allies and mounts and dragons. A lot of them are using a new skeleton. So there's wyverns, which is a new type of dragon being added to the game. That's why I don't think a dragon effigy is going to work on them, because they actually are completely different. As far as I know, they kind of walk on their hind legs and kind of use their arms and stuff. There's so many different files to the animation of that creature that I really am curious to see what it's going to end up looking like, right? But there's also a whole bunch of mounts and stuff, and they all have new skeletons and everything. It's really, really cool stuff. The Rampage challenge is an hourly challenge, just the same as a dragon challenge. It's random whether it's going to show up or a normal dragon challenge is going to show up. We've got 3 minutes left before we can potentially get a Rampage to show up. I really, really hope that we can get one on the stream here, but it's random, which does really suck because there's so many items that you're going to need to grind off of the Rampages. Not to mention, there's a badge where you complete 1,000 Rampages. Yikes. Like, it's crazy, dude. It really, really is. Would you want there to be a Reaper class in the game? I actually answered that question in my 100 Q&A video. So you can go check that one out if you are really interested to know. But I don't care. We've got this guy. I just want to see when new costumes get added to the game for him. I wish we could use, like, we can't use any of his other costumes because we're on the test server right now, but they look really, really cool in the game files. The Divinity costume, too, we actually got to see a look of it. It looks so cool. Like, he's got, like, a moon cape. It's crazy. Bloop. I'm starting to get really slow at grinding these dungeons now. Jeez Louise. Yeah, fingers crossed we get a Rampage. I really want to show you guys what it's like, but I don't know if we're going to end up getting it. What is... How do we complete this dungeon? Like, what? Oh, scorpion tail. Yeah, I knew it was up top somewhere. It's been like a million years since I ended up actually completing this one. But another thing that we're all kind of speculating on now is that since they ended up giving kind of a sub-biome to the neon biome, we're really hoping that they're going to end up doing that with all of the biomes. I would love to see a rework of everything. Like, wouldn't that be great? Let me go over here and grab some of these flasks before we end up going over into the ocean here, which I shouldn't be doing. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. That's just going to slow us down. There's not many, unfortunately, there's like barely any dungeons that you fight over in the treasure isles. So I'm just kind of avoiding the water at all costs, right? Punch bot. Oh, my laser missed. You jerk. So powerful. Oh! Neon City. Oh, man. I love that hourly challenges pop up on your screen, though. It makes it a whole lot less confusing for new players. But no Rampage today. Dang it. That sucks. Now, I will say that I've got footage of a Rampage, but us doing it live doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna have a video talking about the Rampage, and then here's the real cool thing, guys. In a club world, you can craft this item that's called a beacon at that crafting table that I mentioned, right? And what you can end up doing with that beacon is you can go into your club world and you can summon a Rampage boss for everybody in the club to fight. How cool is that? Like, seriously. So we actually have, like, proper raid bosses that unfortunately we can only ever do, like, once every, like, 5 hours or something. Seriously. Do the dance attack. I know it looks absolutely hilarious. Oh, man. But don't worry. I'm the Vanguard, even though I don't have any bombs because they're way too expensive on the PTS. There we go. That's what I mean. This character is going to be so useful. And nice little touches, too. Tank Turtle, finally going to be affected by the Knight's Class Gem ability. Right? Like, this is a big update. Big quality of life change here. But, yeah. The class is just so fun and so cool. What? Oh, somebody's asking somebody else. Yeah, this is the test server. So, console players, if you're sitting here scratching your head going, how do I get to play with this? Or more like ripping your hair out. Just go on the PC version of Trove and you can get the PTS. This is the public test server. Apparently, normally the PTS was actually only available to people who had a character at level 20 on the live server. The developers actually ended up tweeting me as soon as I put that video up, letting me know that that requirement is no longer there. So you don't have to have a character at level 20 to actually play all of this stuff right now. If, you know, Console players, if you want to play this right now, all you gotta do is download the PC version of Trove, and there you go. And you can just start playing with the class immediately. Really, really cool. I like that they ended up doing that. Now, we're not going to be able to get, like, you know, the class pack and stuff like that, which, by the way, that's what I was going to say earlier. I just completely forgot my train of thought. But remember when I was talking about how, like, difficult this guy's going to be if you want to absolutely grind him and craft it legit? Here's the thing, is even if you're a free-to-play player, you can get the character out of a pack for 3,000 credits. That's cheaper than it costs to buy 50 Valentine's pinatas, and you're gonna get a new class out of it. Like, those pinatas were so overpriced, it's stupid. Here's the new biome, guys. Look at it. And oh man, wait till we go in here. Look at the sky when the video effects start playing. Doesn't it look so cool? And where's the sun? Where's the sun? Oh, there's the sun. Isn't that so cool? It's like Blade Runner, dude. So cool. Like, I love this biome, and we got the LED blocks being used in builds and stuff. Really, really cool stuff. So this is where you're going to end up finding those Rampage bosses. Of course, they only end up showing up when there's a Rampage going on. And it's actually really difficult to tell which of these are dungeons, because so much of the biome just generates these buildings, you know what I mean? But you are going to be able to get these new boxes out of all of these enemies that you fight in this biome, including just out of dungeon chests, right? And out of these new boxes, you're gonna end up getting all of those new weird resources. So let's actually see. Hopefully we're going to be able to find one here. But there's quest NPCs as well. That's right. So Adventurine is kind of getting a bit of an overhaul. It's going to end up being a lot easier to get, most of all because... which one is it? This one, Adventure Day. You're going to get 50% more Adventurine, 100% if you're patron. And there's going to be this new item that you can actually buy from NPCs in this biome that gives you... It's like an XP potion, but for Adventurine. So you can actually get 50% more to your Adventurine. And you're going to need it, man. Because that new... all of the new stuff is... yeah, you're gonna need the Adventurine, man. Like, it's good. It's really good. Yeah, if you dash with this guy, he does do a dab, which is absolutely hilarious. Like, 2 years too late, devs. Dabbing is, like, not cool anymore. But there's something about that I love it. Like, it fits this character so much. He feels like such a goofball, but he's, like, so powerful that he's cool. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, we're gonna take 5 years with Ganda here to jump up to the top of this stupid dungeon. But we got nice variants of enemies too. Like we can see right here, this is a new enemy type. We've actually seen there's neon dinosaur enemies now, and they look really, really cool. So there's lots and lots of new enemies, and look at the video effects that this guy's got on his blast balls here. Like, doesn't that look so neat? I can't wait until we end up getting some new costumes that end up using the same new video effects that they have out of this biome. Unfortunately, doesn't seem like we ended up generating an NPC though. That guy sucks. I really wanted to show you guys the new crafting table and stuff. Show your inventory. I mean, it's just standard stuff, honestly speaking. We got these new boxes here, though. The Neon City Scrap Case. That's that new resource or box or whatever that you're going to end up getting from grinding all these enemies and stuff like that, right? And I'll have another video kind of unboxing it and talking about like the items that you end up getting out of it. But for the most part, you're going to be able to get like dragon fragments as well as the new resources that are related to this biome and like 40 flux. Like those boxes can drop absolute trash. It kind of sucks. Okay, so this is actually my favorite out of the 3-star dungeons in this biome, by the way, is just this one right here. Because it's like so cool, isn't it? Like, don't these like look so good? How do you export your account? I have a video that just went up talking about just that. So check out the video so that I don't have to keep repeating myself 500 times. Sorry, but sorry. That's how you know I'm Canadian. I apologize instead of saying pardon me or excuse me. Dab! Also, range mode. Oh man, range mode sucks. I mean, granted, I'm out of pots, but whatever. Let's see. Can we? I don't think we can go to the hub while we're dead, can we? That's okay. I gotta get out of range mode though. Seriously. How do you get onto the Trove PTS? I have a video that went up just talking about that, dude. Can you help me? Oh, he's using Draco. That's why he's like so powerful. Oh, it's Spakel. Oh. He didn't res me either. Let's just respawn and go in a different direction. Because it didn't seem like we had the NPC spawn on that biome. Whoopsie daisy. Wrong ability. I wanted to use my number 1 while in this mode here. Melee mode, because that's the one that gives you the movement speed, right? See, look at that. 3 Trovian on the left side of the map. So cool, right? And the outpost shrine, you see that icon? Kind of small if you're on the phone. But that's the one that's related to the new characters, like the NPCs. Yep, new favorite character for sure. I absolutely love this character. He's extremely hard to craft. Extremely hard to craft. Like, you have no idea. I looked at it earlier in the stream that should actually be public on the channel right now, and man alive, like, it's actually kind of gross. Also, to the people that keep asking to join my club, it's the PTS server. I don't have a club. I'm just in one. It's not like it's mine. And look at this, like, this is a very good example. See the ice biome right here? Not only did the map end up getting a big rework, but look at this. We've actually got, like, kind of this haze go over the screen right now. We're not using reshade or anything like that, Reapers. This is just how good the game actually looks. And look at this. Look, see this tree? Look at the bottom of that. Shadows. Isn't that so cool? Unfortunately, I don't know if it affects clubs or if it doesn't affect old clubs. Because for some reason, we don't have any shadows in the old in the club world. I don't know why. Oh, Twixler's here. Hi, Twixler. Absolutely awesome update. Like, seriously, I can't even believe how good this is. Twixler, there needs to be some fixes to this class post haste. The ranged attacks suck. They don't register at all. Also, despite the fact that you constantly kept saying and living a life of denial that there's no knockback to this character, there is way too much knockback to this character. Like, when you go into Shadow Towers and you have a group of these guys, you just knock the enemies to the other side of the map. It's a lot of fun, but not for long. Ends up becoming really annoying, actually. Like, I really wish that they would just either tone down the knockback or just get rid of it on this character. Too many times I've actually already in U9 knocked a boss off of a dungeon and then wasn't able to complete that dungeon either. Oh, man. But other than that, you know, other than the ranged attacks just not working on the character and having too much knockback, it's so fun. Like, I love this character. It's my absolute favorite. I can't even believe it. When is this coming to the normal service? It says spring 2018, so either late March, we're assuming somewhere around the 20th, or in April. I am not a developer. Like, don't be fooled by thinking that I am. How do we actually get into this stupid dungeon, man? I've never learned it, like, properly. Hee, is it over here? Aha! There we go. But I do really like the speed build that you actually have with this guy. It's actually a lot of fun, as you can see. But don't have Pyro Disc. I'm very disappointed in myself that I don't have a physical Pyro Disc gem. Because otherwise I could just be that much faster. It would be so much fun. Helmet style. This is actually a Revenant helmet style. Oh, and that's right. There's also level 30 costumes for all the characters too. And they look good. Like, they really look good. But yeah, this is the Gundam style helmet for the Revenant costume, right? Hee. Ouch! Oh, the spikes, they hurt my feet. Oh no, the chocolate! It's slowing me down. I can't fly in dungeons. There's also a new fixture too, which I don't really know that much about that thing. From what I've heard, it ends up giving you some new props or new fixture or frameworks or something like that that are actually like spotlights that kind of end up putting a big beam of light and a cool thing up in the sky. I guess kind of like a superhero sign. It's pretty cool though. And that's the other thing too. With all of the new resources being tradable, I'm already gonna have to put up an updated flux farming tutorial. Because free-to-play players, you're gonna be able to get a lot more flux. And then also, speaking of more flux, where is it? Where is it? That's loot day. Magic find gets increased. Double chance of finding flux artifacts. Increased chance of chaos chest drops. Like, you're gonna be able to get a lot more flux. which is good. There's going to actually be a way to get it, because especially with the new resources, with the sheer amount that you're going to need, like, I'm gonna be buying them. I'll buy all of those new resources. Please give it to me, okay? Like, seriously. Yes! You can slowly touch down on the ground when you're using your passive, which I love. It's hilarious. Oh, man. Man, we got like over 600 people in the stream too. Like, thank you all so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it, guys. I mean, I know it's just a new class, so it's like really hype, obviously. But seriously, this is probably the most people I've ever had in a live stream. That's, of course, including both Twitch and YouTuber stream at the same time. Yeah, it's a physical character that uses a fist weapon. It's not a hybrid. It's not a hybrid. Don't worry. I don't think that the devs were trying to necessarily troll us when we were asking like whether it was going to be physical damage or not. I think it was just that they were doing the whole joke of not acknowledging anything about the class. Pinata hype, right? Pinata hype. Oh man, seriously. That was good when they were doing that. I still haven't even had time to catch the dev live stream. I just heard that the PTS was up and I just went and just logged into it. And then I ended up having to go and do a bunch of things today, spend some time with my gal, and hey, now I've got all night. Like, normally she was gonna come over on the weekend, and I told her, like, I'm sorry, babe, but I gotta work. Yes, this is my job. I love the lighting that is emitted on these walls here. You see how the, it's very, very subtle, but see that light prop, and see how it's got a little glow around it? That's new. Love it. And glowing blocks kind of end up affecting the shading as well. So I'm really interested to see how builds are going to end up looking when people end up taking advantage of the new shadow system. I'll say it's a shadow system. It's not necessarily like dynamic light or anything. Sorry that we're grinding dungeons in the legit way, by the way. I don't have any bombs on the test server, and bombs are like really overpriced on the test server. I could craft them, but... Could you explain the Shadow Tower day? Yeah, I'll talk about that in 2 seconds here, buddy. Sorry if I'm not replying to everybody's comments. There's just so many of them. But the Shadow Tower day. So here's the thing. I'm going to have another video that I'll go into detail about all these things. But Shadow Tower day, essentially, you're going to get double key fragment drops, double Shadow Tower shard drops, double Titan and Lunar Soul drops, and you're going to get triple that if you have Patron. So you're going to want to have to do your Shadow Towers on Monday, because that's where you're going to end up getting your Lunar and Titan Souls, and you're gonna get a lot. I think you get like, what was it? I think it's like 18 Lunar Souls, if I'm not mistaken, or 16, and like, what was it, like 36, or maybe it was a much higher number, like 36 times 3 Titan Souls, or something, or you get 36 of them. I forget, I don't know, you can calculate it yourselves. I'll talk about all that in another video when I actually have the time to figure it all out, right? But in either case, you're going to be able to get all those Titan costumes and Lunar costumes and stuff, no problemo. And then as far as augmenting and stuff, gem augmenters have seen a huge decrease in their price of flux. So they're actually not too bad. Like, even getting the full-on... I don't think big bombs work on dungeons, buddy. Yeah, well, you know what we can do? Here's the new strategy for this game, right? Oh, he ruined it. Well, you know what? Here, can I please just place down a block and then fly into it like a majestic superhero, and then you blast your way into the dungeon. That's another trick that you can end up doing if you don't actually have a block that you can land on. Level 30 costumes. Yeah, I'll have another video that's going to show all that off. I really got to keep grinding and get this character maxed out here, sorry to say. I mean, I have it all in separate videos. You can count on that. The 30 costumes look absolutely beautiful, though. They really, really do. They're kind of a red and gold style, so it really feels like an endgame costume. Absolutely love it. The Tomb Raiser one is actually really unique to the character. Ooh, dragon. This is gonna be so fun. Let's do this. Yes! Oh, he's still too powerful to actually die in one shot. Either way, punched to death. Falcon punch. Like, seriously, he is down for the count. Can't even handle himself. I can't wait till we get like Little Mac boxer costumes for this class too. Like, that's gonna be really, really funny. I can't wait to see. I really wish that I could see those other costumes on the test server, man. Like, seriously. Because they look like so cool and sound really, really neat with the video effects too. Don't bomb your cornerstone. I don't have bombs. It's okay. But I know Twixler. It's really, yeah. So good thing that she brought that up, actually. This attack with the Vanguard can be used to grief clubs. So be careful of that. But it does fall under the category of bomb. So if you end up editing the bomb permission in a club world, you can actually make it so that Vanguards aren't going to destroy the club. Unfortunately, as a president of the club, you actually can't change this permission to just make sure that your biomes are closed, okay? Because, yep. Otherwise, you can't explode everything. And, good luck with that. Chocolate dragon that has existed for over 2 years. Yeah, and now he's dead because this random guy came over, dabbed, and punched him in the face. Also, I lasered him out of my eyeballs. Like, seriously? No other Trove character can say that they did something so cool as that. Like that right there! Take that, you idiot! I love smashing down on enemies, dude. Like, it's so fun. And I know I'm doing this like the slow way, but nobody else is bombing it, so I thought I would just do it myself. Vanguard. Yep. As far as the live servers, it's not going to be around for quite some time. The reason I'm over 23 KPR is because I just moved my Knights gems over. I should be somewhere close to 25 KPR when I end up getting that last beautiful gem. If not, 26 KPR should actually be possible now. As far as I can tell, I might actually be able to do it. I don't know, because I need to, put on my other gem, and then I'll get, yeah, actually, I think so. Because I'm at 23,900, and if I end up putting on my other gem, it's going to end up giving me, oh no, never mind. I was thinking of an empowered gem gives you like 2,200 power rank. But no, it would just be my last water lesser gem. Ew. Second fastest class? Yeah, I would say so. I would say that it's the second fastest to the Neon Ninja. It doesn't keep up with the Neon Ninja, which is good. You know, I feel that this character, though it does need a little bit of tweaking, it actually came out very, very balanced with the rest of the game already. And the fact that it's so difficult to end up actually getting it, unless you go pay to win, of course, means that it feels very appropriate for being an end game class. Whoops, I always forget that this is the entrance to this dungeon. Yeah, don't worry, I'll get rid of this ugly guy right here who, oh, somebody else is modding the chat. Thank you very much, appreciate that one. Because, yeah, I saw some spam bot coming in here. What is all that about? Yee! I'm really curious to see if the other costumes are going to change. Like, we know that the video effects change with the superhero costume. What the? But do they end up changing with the red costume? I don't know. I would really like to see this character have a bunch of different VFX variations, though. Like, really, really excited to see. Like, you know there's going to be a costume that's going to shoot red lasers out of his eyes, right? Like, obviously. It's just, it's got to. Ow! I tripped and kind of hurt that guy. That's our number 1, by the way. When we trigger it, it's the same as Pyrodisc. It's actually going to pulse and do damage to the enemies. Also, you might be seeing it. Maybe you're not. But when we're going through these dungeons, you'll see these little green eye video effects kind of pop up. That's the game actually telling us that we ended up getting a Chaos Chest as a drop. So they actually have VFX for it. But yeah, very, very awesome update. Like, seriously, the devs really outdid themselves. And I like, this is Trove's best update. Like, since I've started playing this game, it really is just the absolute best. I would actually say even over Mantle of Power, just because it's adding, like, so much in terms of content and gameplay. And it really, like, if this is a nice preview of where Trove is going with its content from now on, like, this is just amazing, man. Like, seriously. Really, really awesome that this game, like, I've been playing this game for such a long time, and no offense to it, but only now it's actually starting to come into its own and feel like a full, complete package. You know, like, with the Rampages, it's just like an end game, like, totally, like, you actually get, like, raid bosses, you know? Not to mention, aha! So I'm gonna go and find us a new biome here anyways, but I wanted to show you this. I think this is so cool. Devs probably didn't think that we'd notice, but we did. If you go to the Trovian Atlas, you remember how there was that little sparkle in the sky and we weren't exactly sure what it is? So if you end up going over to it now, there's a cube here. And I'm expecting that it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually U10 is launching. So U10 confirmed for 2018? I think so. I think so. Very, very awesome stuff though. You bombed your cornerstone. Whoops, did I? It's a test server, so it doesn't matter. Hey, I wanted the new... No, I wanted a new world, man. Not the same one. Blech. So even though I'm using Gonda as well, there is a new dragon. Look at that. Like, doesn't that look so cool? Love the shading. It adds such a... Like, it's such a subtle change that ends up adding a big, big difference to the game. Really, really awesome. Really into it. The class is actually called Vanguardian, but we're all just calling it the Vanguard because, I don't know, because logic. So we're a little bit over halfway towards level 20, or level 30. Level 30 hype, right? I'm gonna take my time flying to this dungeon. Taking a nice drinky poo of the water. Yeah, blah. Oh man, I bombed the wrong entrance. I wanted to bomb down here. Oh yeah, this is like the stupidest dungeon with this character, by the way. What the? What? What? The Draco can melt ice? The Draco can melt ice, you guys. What? What did we just discover? Was that in the patch notes? I haven't read through the patch notes. That is so cool. And it actually melted the water too? Draco's actually gonna be useful in this biome. Wow, that's so sick. Dude. That's so cool. I didn't know that that was even a thing. That's awesome. Draco got a huge rework. Not only just the class being like actually viable, but man alive. That's so neat. Awesome. Yeah, this class is physical damage. Only physical. No magic damage. Don't worry about that. What's the cost of the Vanguard? 3,000 credits, $34 or $50. Or you can craft it, in which case, goodbye to your life, because you're gonna have to grind a lot in order to even get that, right? How about you just don't go into that biome? What, this biome? I like this biome now. It's actually really nice now that they ended up changing it up and adding that fog effect to it. It's still bright and kind of gross, but normally I would actually end up avoiding the Arctic biome. Now I kind of like it. Like the haze makes it so that the sky is not nearly as abrasive. And I don't know, there's just something about it. It just doesn't seem like as hurtful towards the eyes, right? And then also, oh, I didn't get to show that off either. Oh man, but the neon biome in general has new neon rain. And it actually looks really, really beautiful. The normal neon biome has that same sun too. Like the kind of the same as the Blade Runner sun, but it's blue instead of the yellow/red one that you end up getting in the new biome variation. Very, very cool stuff. I should probably craft bombs. Most likely, but we're almost gonna be maxed out on this character anyway, so it shouldn't really matter, right? Molten water, yeah, I know, right? There's gonna be a fishing day as well, by the way. Excuse me. Don't worry, Spakel. Vanguard to the rescue. I'm just gonna headbutt the wall. Oh no, I gotta get in there. Oh, his dragons are better than Vanguard confirmed for destroying dungeon walls. What the? Oh man, I can't even. Come on. Power of my Vanguardian abilities. They're betraying me. Jeez Louise. Did you get level 29 in one day? Yeah, I'm a freak. I know. Merc's already level 30. He got way ahead of me. I didn't get to even start playing this update till around like 11 o'clock PST. At PM, obviously, of yesterday. And then otherwise I've just been non-stop grinding, pretty much. Ended up doing a stream where I was figuring out a lot of things and doing the Rampage challenges and stuff. Man, I really hope, like, dear developers, Rampages are like one of the coolest things you've ever added to the game. Why are they so uncommon? Like, Really? Why are they so uncommon? Why does it have to be a daily challenge thing? Especially because it's like, dude, that means like, you know, rarely anyone's even going to catch it unless a friend of theirs is like, oh my gosh, there's Rampage going on. I gotta text my friends, you know? Like, I was actually saying this earlier. If Trove was one of those games that ended up actually having apps for your phone, this would be the perfect opportunity to have an app that would tell you what the hourly challenge is. And to actually notify you on your phone that there's a rampage going on. Like, the rampages are that cool. They deserve to be, like, front and center, but they're kind of a thing that's just kind of off to the side, where it's a really, really cool add-on to the game. What are rampages? I'll have another video that'll talk about it in more detail, because I've already mentioned it before in this live stream, and I don't want to just keep repeating myself for the people that have been here since the start. But essentially, in short, you fight Shadow Titan bosses out in the world. You can also summon these Shadow Titan bosses in your club world. And then you end up getting all sorts of crazy boxes off of them that potentially give you garbage, but potentially can also end up giving you a lot of really, really good loot. Most of all, it's just like new stuff. If we end up actually getting that neon biome over there does have an NPC, so let's go check that out so that I can show you guys the new quest NPC, as well as show you the new crafting table. Because it's very, very cool, and I'll show you what the crafting components are for the Vanguard, so that you can cry yourselves to sleep. Because it's ridiculous. Like, it's actually easier to grind the flux needed to get credit pouches to buy the pack that gives you the Vanguard for 3,000 credits. It's easier to get that than it is to grind the class. Like, honestly, I'm not exactly sure where they were going with that. I guess, technically speaking, somebody had to buy those credits, right? So that's where the argument is, why is it so much cheaper or more affordable and easier to grind? Because essentially it means that somebody had to spend money on the game, which honestly, I'm down for. Like, I've been talking about that for years, where this game needed to move in the direction of having more items be sold for credits, for the simple fact that it means that somebody going to be able to buy it as a free-to-play player at the cost of somebody else had to buy those credits. So it's kind of like a win-win situation, where the game itself ends up getting more money, and then free-to-play players can benefit from being able to actually get it. You know what I mean? Really, really cool stuff. Can you please test the ice melting thing on Draco? Again, I mean, I have other videos doing all that stuff. Sorry to say, dude. Gotta grind this character to 30. This is my absolute priority right now. There will be videos on it, and if you absolutely cannot wait, you can end up... Oh, I didn't time that right. You can end up just going onto the PTS yourselves. Woo! I still love that, like smashing in the dungeon. That's so fun, dude. I'm glad that it works on most dungeons. Whoops, I gotta start heading over to that neon biome so that we can check that out. Where's an enemy? I need to tag it so I get my Raptor Berserker to proc. Give me that movement speed. Please, I need it. My trailblazing is not enough. Also, I need my number 1. Here we go. I said, here we go. Blah. There we go. All of my abilities end once. We gotta start heading to the north, but I'm still gonna, of course, complete dungeons while we're on the way there, because, again, we're trying to get to level 30. That's the top priority right now. Woo! And then we'll get to mess around with this character in some Ultra Towers for a little bit anyways, right? That was a weird laugh. What's the class doing for the Vanguard? Really, really good. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll have another video on it. Otherwise, you can siphon through my other live stream that just went up. Or this one afterwards, because I did end up talking about it. But in short, it makes it so that your basic attack is going to end up reducing the cooldown to your abilities, right? Is PlayStation very different from PC? Kind of the same? It's all pretty much the same version of Trove, honestly speaking. Outside of the PlayStation version's the only one that's kind of gross because it splits European and North American players, which isn't the game's fault. That's just the PlayStation in general. Uh-oh, that guy's got Gravitron in there. I don't like it. Brah! What are you doing inside my home? Brah! I'm the Vanguard. That's why I'm in your home. There's also some really, really beautiful new 3-star dungeons that have been added to the game, too. One of them, I don't know if it's necessarily new. Maybe it's not on the live server, but I've never seen it. Where it's like, there's one dungeon in the Treasure Isles that's a giant octopus attacking some ships. And then there's a new one where it's a giant kraken attacking some ships. And you end up going into its mouth, and it's so cool, dude. Like, it's one of my favorite dungeons in the game. Vanguard or Dino Tamer? I mean, they're both, like, different. There's a magic character and a physical character, but myself personally, Vanguard is my absolute favorite character in this game. Like, absolutely, without question, I love this character. He is so fun, and that's the bottom line. He is so fun to play. Thank you, Stratus. I don't know what was going on there, but someone was being uggles, I guess, in the chat. Bloop. Thanks for modding it out, guys. I didn't know you guys were still around. See that icon right at the top there? That's going to be the new NPCs, the quest NPCs, as well as the crafting table if you're looking for it. Thankfully, actually has a marker for it. You know what I mean? So you don't gotta wander around like an idiot for 15,000 hours. We might actually get to see another challenge show up before we end up getting to level 30. So again, hopefully a Rampage. Is a face trickster relevant again now? What? Fate Trickster's been relevant. They ended up actually rebuffing the Fate Trickster quite a while ago. Now, I'm pretty sure you can actually get the that new resource and everything. I think you can get just from normal neon enemies and stuff like that as well, because a lot of the same dungeons end up working in this new biome generation. Like, I think it's just a new biome generation, but still counts as a neon biome, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of why they say it's a sub-biome, but I'm not exactly sure. Is the class physical or magic damage? Physical. Physical all the way. Okay, so this right here. Here's a nice little sneak peek. See this guy? I can't turn off his text. That's actually a mount. He is a mount. He's going to be a craftable mount that you craft at these crafting tables. But these guys are going to end up having random quests. So let's actually pick this one up right here. Which, by the way, devs, if you're still watching, we got a big bug right here. We can't actually opt out of these quests and get rid of them. So I don't know what that's about. For some reason, you just can't X them out. You also can't hide them for some weird reason, which can end up being a little bit of a problem. I guess maybe you would just go into your options to change that, but I don't know. Normally, it would just have a little option right here where bloop, and it wouldn't show the quest anymore, right? But defeat dungeon bosses in Luminopolis. That's the new biome. So I guess these quests are exclusive to this biome. And it just gives Adventurine, as you can see, it still gives Trash Adventurine, but most of all, you would do this on Adventurine Day. Oh boy. Do I really want to show you guys this new crafting table? Because, like, seriously, when you see this, you're going to gasp. Because there is... I've been playing this game for such a long time, and it's overwhelming for me. There are so many things you can craft out of this table. It's ridiculous. Let's just go for it. Here's the class. He costs 60 sentient shards, which, as far as I've been able to tell, is a time-gated content. If you end up doing a Rampage challenge once a day, you can end up getting 1 sentient shard. Not sure. I would naturally assume that you can end up getting them out of these new pay-to-win boxes. It would just end up making sense, because then it would be a pay-to-win method of actually getting this resource and thus getting the class. Maybe not. I don't know. But you're going to need these 2 other weird items: coded message and intriguing kernel map. So the coded message is right here, which requires a bunch of blank scrolls, robo salvage, and most of all, 5,250 plasminium. This is a new resource exclusive to this biome. It is tradable, thank goodness. But yeah, you need a lot of it. Like, I've been grinding nonstop, and granted, I haven't grinded this specific biome, and I got like, I had like 200, Merc ended up throwing me like 500, so it's not gonna be like impossible, it's just gonna be really difficult, because this, remember Reapers, is only one of the items that's needed to craft this class, but you also need the decoder ring. So the decoder ring is going to be 6,000, 75 robo salvage, 20 charged circuits, 20 memory matrix, and 1 metallic ring. Wait for it, materials tab. Charged circuits costs cinnabar, robotic salvage, and more plasminium. The memory matrix costs more plasminium. The ring, I honestly don't even know where that thing is. Like, where do you end up getting that metal ring? Consumables? No, that's where you get the Adventurine, which is going to be 6 sentient shards. A little too overpriced on that one. Store frameworks, which you can end up getting out of the store when this goes onto the live server. Normal frameworks of all of the new beautiful things that are in this biome. A little bit expensive there, though, in order to craft this, which the fact that things are so expensive for Plasminium tells me that once we've had a couple months of grinding this new biome, this shouldn't be that much of a problem. We should be able to have, like, we should be swimming in this resource after a while, because there's also a tome. This is what I would recommend that you get as soon as possible, because it's very expensive, but once you end up getting this, this is not a legendary tome. This is a normal tome where, as you're just grinding dungeons, 25 dungeons completed, you're gonna get 30 pieces of Plasminium. Top that with the fact that if you're exclusively grinding this biome, and you can end up grinding towards this. Then there's a whole bunch of legendary tomes. So there's going to be infinite loops, matrix, charging schematics, and all this stuff. These you're going to only be able to complete these tomes once a week, okay? So more legendary tomes. Wow. No surprise there. No, that's actually a good thing. Because once we end up completing all our legendary tomes, we're going to be able to get... what is it like? We're gonna be able to have the weekly experience contest out of the way. You craft the rings at the ring crafting bench. Thank you for that one. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but there you go. So you craft this at a ring crafting table. Makes sense. I thought about that, but I don't know why I didn't think to mention it. But anyways, then there's gonna be this thing right here, which requires a logic loop. 20 of them, by the way. And if we look at the materials, logic loop, 20 of them. I can craft 4. Just to give you a little bit of an idea. Now, sentient shards, here's the thing. You're going to be able to craft sentient shards out of other resources that you end up getting out of these boxes. So this is kind of where Trove ends up being more towards late game grinding. Like, they ended up actually considering the late game with this, which is really, really cool, because this dragon fragment, for example, you're sitting there wondering, why would I ever use dragon fragments to craft this item? Because if you already have the dragon, silly, then you're going to be able to use those fragments for this shard. Now, honestly speaking, 10 dragon fragments is a little bit steep. I think that it should cost 5, because these fragments are very, very uncommon. And then there's another sentient shard right here that costs resistor dragon egg fragments. Now, I don't know where you get this. Where does it say? No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually say where you get these fragments. I'm going to assume that it's a rare drop off of normal enemies in this biome. Maybe? But I'm not exactly sure, because I don't know if you get it out of boxes. Maybe you get it out of the cash shop boxes, which means that you might get it out of the lesser version of these caches, but I don't know. I don't know. And then the beacons right here. These are the items that you use. Not too expensive, by the way. Not too expensive at all. You use these items to summon a world boss in your club world. Aha! Now, I know I could craft one. I know you guys are probably saying, they're going, wee! Why don't you do it? No. I'm going to do that in another video so that I can end up talking about it more specifically. But it's really, really cool. And those guys end up dropping these boxes right here. That end up having a chance of dropping absolute trash, but they also end up dropping that dragon egg fragment that we ended up seeing previously and stuff like that, right? And then, of course, besides all of that, there's tons and tons of allies. Lots of these are actually really good, and they look really, really cool. Like, there's this frog variant that you can see. One of my favorites, Joe ended up showing us this. Look at this. Isn't that such a cute little horse? And it's actually a reskin of, what's he called? I don't know, cotton candy, that's it, right? It's a reskin of cotton candy, and it gives 50 magic find while also giving energy regen. So it's like a better version of cotton candy. But either way, there's all these allies that you can go through. And then there's all of these mounts. This is the centaur. This, I don't even know what this is. We got some new birds and stuff. Cammy of the Calm Conviction, kind of a, it's not necessarily a backy, right? But it's kind of close enough. All of these mounts right here, you're going to see as these NPCs. So you can actually go through the world finding these guys, and that's what the mounts are going to all end up looking like, right? And then there's going to be the wings. Now, these you end up getting out of the packs here. I think you get it this one right here. These might seem like, whoa, what's this? New wings, oh my gosh, really, really expensive. honestly speaking, it's way too expensive. I didn't even know that these were this expensive. That's that should be fixed. Like that's way too expensive for these. What these are is invisible wings. Yeah, so essentially you're paying like extremely expensive prices just so that you don't have wings show up on your character, which I don't know. Is that a good thing? Maybe not. And then there's going to be costumes, resistor costumes for all the classes. We got a couple different costumes for the Vanguard, which these two, of course, you're going to end up getting out of the pack. These ones you're probably going to have to craft if they're not in separate packs. Maybe they'll be in store packs when the patch ends up going live. But who honestly knows? We'll just have to experience that when it ends up getting there. But anyways, ended up getting a little too distracted with that. Yeah, there is going to be a new free dragon that we're going to be able to get, no problem. All you need to do when this patch goes live is you're going to have to opt into emails through Glyph, and then you're going to end up getting a free dragon. It's in the promo section. It doesn't end up giving mastery, but it is, or not mastery. Yeah, it doesn't give mastery, but it is going to end up actually giving you stats, despite the fact that it's a promo dragon. And then overall, there's just going to be a whole bunch of other dragon types. No idea how they're going to end up being implemented into the game. There's these wyverns and stuff, and they look really, really cool. And it's just, yeah, really, really awesome stuff. Anyways, I gotta get back to grinding, if you'll excuse me. Blammo! That's my secret Vanguard technique to blast my way into dungeons where I don't have anything to bomb into. But I gotta get to level 30, man. Like, seriously. It is my priority for the day. The reason I bombed on the side was because if we do the top... Oh! We got lucky with this one. I ended up having a generation of this dungeon before that actually required me to blast my way into it twice because the walls were too thick. Bloop, bloop. Most of your abilities don't even use energy on this character either, so you're not going to need energy regen at all. Also, a lot of your passive like stats that you end up getting as you're like leveling up is going to end up being the stability of all things, which might seem kind of useless, but it's kind of fun just because it means that you're not going to get knocked around all over the place. Now, here's the thing. What did we end up actually completing? Obviously, there's some type of an event or quest that's going on right here. Challenge? No. What was that? Why when we ended up completing that dungeon, we ended up getting like a weird beam of light on our character as if we completed a challenge? That was weird. Also, I'm not getting as much XP, so even though it says I'm still using the XP potion, I'm not. So I'm going to renew that. There we go. These I do, like I have all my XP potions just on live from all of the events and stuff like that ended up going around. So really excited that I'm going to be able to grind this character to level 30 in one day on the live server. Granted, you know, we're not going to have the XP weekend. I would actually recommend that if you don't want to grind this character to level 30 right away when it goes to the live server, wait until the weekend so that you end up having the bonus, because that's going to make a big, big difference. Also, to more people still asking, this is the test server, so why are you getting to level 30? I'm getting to level 30 for you guys so that I can show you what an endgame Vanguard actually looks like. This is some weird generation. I'm gonna get to the end game so I can show you what the Vanguard looks like. And am I in a chunk error? Every time I keep going through this portal, it's warping me back here. What the? Okay, let's just get out of here because this dungeon is clearly broken. But yeah, so I'm grinding it so that I can end up doing some videos for you guys, let you all know like how the character operates and stuff like that, right? So that you don't have to, because I'm a freak. Is the Vanguard craftable? Yup, he's craftable, but honestly, it's going to be a lot cheaper for you to just grind the credit pouches in Flux so that you can end up just getting the class outright. Now, credit pouches are probably going to see a huge increase in price when this ends up going onto the live server. If not, honestly speaking, it's probably already seen a big increase in price right now on the live server. So I don't know. You might want to wait until the hype cools down a little bit and then buy them for like when they're at normal price, right? Who knows whether or not the console is going to end up seeing a price increase. I don't know if they end up capitalizing as much on like new stuff coming out, just because PC, obviously, we have all of the test servers, so we can check all this out. Yep, I saw that there's level 30 costumes for all the characters. Absolutely beautiful. I am really excited to show you all what those look like in another video. What is that? That's actually a really cool generation for an NPC hut. Very cool. I like it. Ooh, so we actually get to see 2 NPCs here. So these are going to be 2 mounts that you actually craft, remember? There's going to be this bird right here. He's going to be a mount. I guess I'll take a screenshot. May as well. And then there's going to be this guy right here as a griffin mount. So pretty cool, dude. Like, these guys definitely feel late endgame tier quality items. So it's like, they're really expensive as far as the resources are concerned. Yeah, but at least they feel like cool, you know? And that's the real bottom line with it, is just, it has to be something where it's like, it feels worth it. Not like the stupid chocolate platypus for Adventurine, you know? Like, let's just not even talk about that ever again. How many credits is the Vanguard? 3,000. So it's actually, I keep using this as a comparison, it's cheaper than buying pinatas, which is fantastic because there's so much more that you get out of having a new class than you do by having pinatas. Especially those Valentine's pinatas, man. I'm still salty about the bad RNG that I ended up getting on them. Like, seriously. I did end up getting my Valentine wings on the live server, but yikes, it was pretty disgusting to actually get that. For those that don't know, because I've been getting lots of people asking whether or not I actually ended up getting them. Oh, man. So we might be able to get our challenge here. Hopefully it's gonna finally be a Rampage this time, so you can all see the world bosses. Because these mega world bosses, they look beautiful, man. Like, seriously, they are so cool. Oh, boy. Can we finally... I need to create a new biome or a new generation of world here. But we're getting so unlucky because every time I leave and go back in, it's like, oh, you want a new world? Well, I'm not going to generate one for you. There we go. Finally got a new world. Awesome. Okay, good. Boop, 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 boop. Now, that new lighting with the shadowy stuff, like the shadows and stuff, you're not going to see it nearly as prevalent in some biomes like the volcanic, obviously. But you can see right here, like the tree shadowing and stuff like that. It looks so beautiful, dude. Like, I really, really love it. I hope that we can get that in clubs because, like I said, I didn't see any shadows in our club world. It might be that it doesn't affect blocks that are already placed in a club world. Maybe it's only new blocks or new biome generation. I would expect anyways. What's the point of PTS? To test stuff. That's why it's a public test server. Not to mention, what's the point? We're playing on the new character. That's the point. And it's for fun. So many people keep wondering and asking, like, you know, why are you grinding the character? What's the point? You're wasting your time. And it's like, am I really? You're watching me play, so am I really wasting my time? I don't know. But it's so that, oops. It's so that you can test things, dude. That's the real bottom line. I know I just keep saying bottom line, like, geez. I've got certain buzzwords that I just say when I'm streaming sometimes. Woo! Can you claim your thing? You mean these? I don't really want that. Oh, and I ended up getting these lesser caches. I guess I should save some of those. Yeah, I should save those because honestly, I don't know if I'm going to end up being able to grind any more of them when I end up making a video. Like, when I need them, it's going to be like, oh, you don't have them anymore. Like, I need these boxes in my life so I can have, like, a proper video explaining it all. Is there a boss over there? No, there isn't. Thought there would be. Does he spawn right in the center? Okay, I'm not exactly sure how this 3-star dungeon works yet. Ranged mode. Oh, none of my attacks ended up killing him. It was actually this guy that ended up doing everything. Oh, I love this class. It's so fun. Like, even like the like ranged mode not necessarily like working right now. When it ends up getting reworked, then it's definitely gonna be really, really good. Like, when it actually is something viable, because otherwise the ranged mode you just don't use at all right now. But when it gets worked out and fixed, by the way, you get to hear nice triumphant music every time you cast your ult. That's not going to get annoying anytime soon. What I want to do, like, as far as the memes are concerned, I want to have, like, that song play, and it's, like, distorted, you know? Like, I think that would be so fun. Also, here's the thing too, Reapers. You may or may not have noticed, but this dungeon right here, we just killed a boss in it. Yes, that's right. It actually was not a kill 30 enemy dungeon. So you can still get kill 30 enemy in this giant Tron disc dungeon, but there are variants of it now where you can actually just get like normal dungeon bosses. So there is actually a point in going into these dungeons now. I love that dab roll. That's so good. I wish it didn't end up stopping your animation at the end of your roll though, because it does mean that it's not an ideal roll. Listen to me, all the meta. But yeah, still very cool. What DPS do you think is better, Gunslinger or Vanguard? Gunslinger, by a landslide. Like, this character does not keep up with the Gunslinger at all. He's very, very cool. He's a lot of fun, don't get me wrong. And I'm definitely going to main him because he is a lot of fun. But like I said earlier, I feel that this character is actually extremely balanced, despite the fact that the range needs a lot of rework and they need to get rid of the knockback of your punch abilities because it's absolutely gross. But for the most part, this character is actually very well balanced with all of the Era Trove characters because it's faster than the Lunar Lancer for U9 farming, I would argue. Especially if you have a pyro disc, which I do not, unfortunately, have a physical pyro disc. And if you are grinding Shadow Towers, he's actually usable as a melee character. He's not going to end up being as viable as some of the others. You know, Gunslinger still takes the cake as being the strongest in Shadow Towers. But as far as U9 farming, he's good and he's fun. And you can do Shadow Towers with him. And the fact that you have a ranged mode means that you are going to have the most survivability of any melee character. Because he's not going to be using melee, he's going to be using long range attacks. But do I think that the melee attacks are viable for Shadow Towers? That's actually a good question. So I haven't really tested it out yet. I'm trying to get to level 30 so I can swap over my last gem. And then in this live stream, we'll try him out in Ultra Towers. But as far as what I heard from Merc, you can actually get through like Spike Walker and Ultra and stuff like that. Like you can end up going through that. The easier Shadow Towers are fine. But as soon as you get to the later ones, it's like you're just going to end up wanting to use a better character. Which, you know, is a little bit of a shame that this character's not going to end up keeping up. But again, I do like the fact that, whoopsie daisy, that guy, excuse me, keeps bombing into the dungeon, but I keep on running around like an idiot. But like I said, I like the fact that he kind of fits somewhere around the middle rather than being just outright the strongest character in the game. Because then we would just obviously see a nerf to him. Honestly speaking, I don't really see a nerf. I actually see a little bit of a buff. Most of all just to his ranged attacks. Again, because the ranged attacks just don't work at all. His melee actually works just fine. Like, it's really, really fun, and it's great to use. But as far as, like, doing U9 farming, your ranged obviously is not going to end up working. Oh, you know what? So when a boss uses an ice ability, you know when they freeze the floor and it's, like, really, really annoying? Draco is going to be able to counter that because he can melt the ice. That is so cool. I didn't even think about that. Do we have any dungeon bosses in here? Yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, he's a physical damage character all the way. Don't worry. He's not a hybrid. He's not using both physical and magical. He's just physical. Let's just say that he's using the power of his physical ki for his ranged attacks, right? Oh no, there's not enough room in here for me to blast my way down. I can't do it. Ah, nope, nope. Oh man, come on. I shouldn't even be doing this, honestly. I'm just gonna slowly, bam! I love that, dude. That's so fun. Like, bombs obviously are going to be like what you're gonna use. I'll just use them on the live server for sure, but when it comes to this test server, I just love using the glide. I was thinking too, it'd be so fun to have like courses, you know, like challenges with this guy, or using the subclass ability, where it's like, oh, you have to dodge the water blocks and stuff like that, because if you end up touching them, you're not going to end up blasting the dungeon or anything, right? I'm just gonna let these guys complete the 3-star because I can't get down there to save my life. Like, seriously, there's way too many things in the way now. Are you even looking at this chat? Yup. I mean, you gotta understand there's like a lot of people talking. Laser of death. Can you guys... Oh, they are destroying it. I have class coin waiting for him. If there's a dev in here, I would love for them to confirm, because we can't test it on the test server because the class obviously is automatically unlocked on the test server. But do class coins work with this class? It would honestly be really, really disappointing if they didn't. Like, that would be too inconsistent. I'll say that a class coin's gonna work, but considering how expensive this character is, I don't know if it is. Like, it's not 100% guaranteed. It just would make sense that it does work, obviously, but with how much of a block they're putting in to actually grinding this character, I don't know whether or not a class coin's gonna work. Hopefully it works, because that would be pretty bad if it didn't. Because class coins are, like, really old item, honestly speaking. I don't even know, can you even get any of them anymore? I guess well, you can. You get one from Mastery. Everybody's just gonna get the Vanguard as their starting player, like, seriously. What's his classroom ability do? Okay, so I explained this earlier, but I'll explain it again, because we might have, like, new people in the stream. The classroom ability makes it so that when you're using your basic attack, you're going to end up reducing your cooldowns. Now, it's not as simple as that. It's your combo attacks. So when you end up... Okay, these guys are actually getting into this dungeon a lot faster than me. Whoopsie daisy. But when you're in melee mode, you're gonna do a 1-2-3 punch, right? So on your uppercut, when you damage an enemy with that, that's going to end up reducing your cooldown. And when you're in ranged mode, your 5th attack is going to be what reduces the cooldown, because your 5th attack is going to end up being the end of your combo, right? And that's what the class gem does. So it's very, like, you're gonna need it. It's mandatory, especially towards the end game build, because it means that you're gonna be able to cast your number 1 a lot more as a melee. And your number 1 acts the same as Pyro Disc. It gives you movement speed. So it's absolutely mandatory to get the ability. And again, for those of you wondering, like, about the laser attack that I'm doing with my right click, it actually is a debuff. It's going to make the enemies take more damage from our attacks. So really, really cool, and might end up actually making the melee version of this class viable in Shadow Towers, just because of the extra damage that he'll be able to give to the gunslinger. Right? Draco actually has a buff like that as well, where as you end up damaging enemies, it kind of causes a burning effect. You don't visually see it, obviously, but it's going to end up making it so that enemies take more damage. And ultimately, the Draco has seen a huge rework. I'll have other videos that are going to talk about that more specifically, but Draco is endgame worthy. And is actually an Ultra Tower worthy. I haven't been able to try it out myself, but from what I've heard and from what I've seen with the rework, it's absolutely beautiful. Not to mention the fact that it can melt ice. Let's actually... Oh! Why? Why is there no Rampage? Oh! I mean, at least we get to see the beautiful thing show up on the right side of the screen telling us we got a passive quest going on, but man, that sucks so much. I wanted to see a Rampage show up, man. It's so disappointing. But yeah, I want to head on over to this ice biome and let's melt some ice. I want to try this out on the Draco for myself. I want to see how this actually works. Like, are we going to be able to just melt any ice in general? Would you be able to use that in a club? That's interesting. I gotta write that down. Draco ice club, because I'm like really slow at writing, so I just gotta like write the gist of it. But yeah, so would you be able to place down a bunch of ice blocks, thus making the character actually really dangerous for biomes in clubs, because you'd be able to melt the ice and mess up everybody's beautiful build. I don't know. It's a little bit scary. So yeah, we'll go and start destroying some ice blocks in a little bit here, because I want to complete this dungeon. We're almost level 30. Hype! Then we get to see his costume, which I've already seen, but you guys will get to see it. And then we can swap my last gem over and see how much power rank I actually have. And then we'll be able to hop into Shadow Towers and try them out for a little bit. I'm not going to end up doing too much into the Shadow Towers today. I say that, but maybe I will. We'll see. But for the most part, yeah, I kind of want to just get to bed, honestly. I've been grinding this character all night. He's so fun, though. Like, seriously, he is such a fun character. You're not going to regret maining this character, guys. Like, legit. It's such a fun character. I absolutely love it. Oh, no, there's so much ice in this dungeon. Oh, what are we going to do about it? Draco is already melting all of it up on the surface. I love the fact that it actually does that, though, because it means, like, can we see it right here? Is this ice? Yeah, so look at this. Oh, I'm slip sliding around like an idiot. Whoopsie daisy. Don't worry. The Draco's got your back covered. No more sliding around. That's so good. Like, that seriously is so good. You can also cast your right click like 10 times more often. And every time you end up using your class gem ability as the Draco, it's going to spawn a dino baby no matter what. And they take aggro, and they're actually one of the tankier allies of the game, meaning that you can actually use them to keep yourself alive very well. Really cool. Also, by the way, devs, please change the background to the Vanguard to him frolicking in a field of flowers. It would make sense because that pose is just too beautiful, and he's such a powerful character that he just needs it. Like, look at this, look at this. Yeah, get rid of the ice. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, suddenly this biome's not too big of a deal anymore, is it? Especially for the Draco. You can solo this biome no problem, never mind every other character, right? That's so cool. I love that. Like, that is so fun and cool. Like, this dungeon. Oh, man, I'm sliding around like an idiot. Well, the Draco wasn't there because I defeated it too quickly. Because I'm this guy. Super speedy punch, man. Destroy the dungeon. Oh, man, we're so close. We're so close. Hi! We're so close, Reapers. Oh, my gosh. This is so cool. Oop. A bloop. And you're dead. We're getting there. Oh my gosh, almost level 30, then I can finally stop this. Still, I'm really excited to do this on live server because it potentially is going to end up going even faster because we'll actually have patron, right? Brah! What the? Why don't you die, stupid idiot? I know you're a 3-star boss, but what is your problem? Like, look at the XP. Like, this was actually not too bad. We ended up grinding this out pretty quick, didn't we? Pretty quick. I mean, it's been a couple hours, but still. Yeah, it's a physical character. Everybody just keeps asking. Don't worry, I'll put out videos that's going to talk about all that stuff because everybody, including myself, was wondering, is this character going to be physical, magical, or going to benefit from both of them? He's just physical. You could actually solo Ultra Daughter of the Moon with this guy because he's ranged, yes, because you're going to have that survivability. Can you solo up to Daughter? Nah, I don't think so. I don't see it. Like, we're going to try him out in Ultra Towers in 2 seconds here, Reapers, because we're almost at level 30. And we'll get to see what it's actually going to be about. And we're going to see the level 30 costumes for this guy anyways, which is going to be cool. Uh-oh, I need to survive. I must survive. I'm a survivor. I don't know that song well enough to sing it. I love the sky and I love that sun. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to get this on the live server and start using reshade as well to just make it that much more beautiful. Hashtag pinata hype. Yeah, Mohammed, you know it. You know it, man. You could have got Patreon with the Cygnus coins and loot boxes. It doesn't actually apply to your account though, does it? Unless it does. I don't think that it does though. Maybe? But I don't have any of those boxes. Did we get level 30 yet? We're like so close. This is gonna do it. This is gonna do it. If you get XP on the PTS, will you carry it over to the main server? No, it's a test server, 100%. So you're not gonna be able to carry any of this over. Level 30! Here we go, baby. All right. 24k PR, just raw. Let's swap over to my knight so I can get this gem off of this guy. My inventory is like so full of garbage. Haha! Oh, I don't have regeminators. Nope. Thankfully, we can still buy these on the PTS. You can't buy anything else. Let's do it. Let's do it. How powerful are we gonna be? Oh, we're so close to 26k. Oh! I thought we were gonna be able to do it. Oh, man. Well, there you have it, folks. 25k PR Vanguard right here, right now. Gonna be able to test him out. I mean, I have to try him in U9 a little bit as well, too. We gotta find out how he's going to end up operating. But now we can actually try him out in Ultra Towers. The world loading is insane, so you gotta give it time here, guys. Oh, finally level 30. Ah, much refreshing, mini WoW. Oh, I've been grinding this too long. I can't wait till he's on the live server, though. It's gonna be so cool. Yeah, I'll show you his starting costume to his level 30 costume here, Reapers, just so you get a quick peek of the progression of the character. Okay, so he obviously is going to end up getting more and more buff, but level 1, level 10, right there, he gets... get out of the way, guys! Clear the path! Move! Shoo! Stop standing inside me! Level 20, level 30... well, anyways, you kind of got the gist of it, right? He's just more bulky. That's kind of the big thing about him. Okay, well, I guess we can try Shadow Towers, not necessarily soloing, but let's try it out with these guys. Let's go for Dot. Screw it, let's just go for Dot, go for the end, and let's see if we can actually... Can we survive and actually do stuff? I mean, I have to change up some of my stuff here. Oh man, it's gonna take 5 years to go through another loading screen. Oh, the anticipation is killing me. This game is actually fun, right? Yes, it is. Not everybody finds it fun. I love it. Like, this is my favorite game. Seriously. And now that we got the Vanguard, like, he's so fun to play. So fun. Nothing like the Dino Tamer when he came out. No, Dino Tamer is awesome, but he just kind of came and went. This character is... This is a big deal. Not to mention all of the other stuff coming out with the update, obviously, but... the other big thing, too, that I really, really hope that they iron out, I'm just gonna say it outright, servers had better be better when this goes onto the live server, because this is ridiculous. Like, if we're gonna be dealing with loading times like this when it goes to the live server, unfortunately, we're gonna see the same thing happen with every big Trove update. Everyone's gonna be all hyped about it, and then everyone's gonna quit because it's gonna be too laggy. So... really, really hope that they iron it out. All right, let's try it out. Let's try out some Ultra Shadow Towers here. I should swap some of my stuff. I need to swap this to Sure Strike because I actually don't have... granted, we're not going to be able to see... Like, look at my stats right here. We're not going to be able to see this character at his full potential because on the live server, obviously, I have... Oh my gosh, we're just getting absolutely annihilated here, but are we doing enough damage? That's the real question. Are we going to be able to even get through this? Physical build not necessarily working. We are grinding with other people though, so obviously it's going to be helpful. Yeah, I don't know if the physical build works. We're dead. No, physical does not work in Shadow Towers at all. Yikes. I mean, granted, you know, normally I would end up doing this with other people, but just to put it into perspective, I can duo Ultra Daughter with Merc if we're both on Gunslinger or Gunslinger Dino Tamer. And Dino Tamer technically can actually solo Ultra Towers just because of his survivability. Yeah, damn! What do I have? Raptor Berserker. Okay, my ring is not necessarily... I should have one that's crit hit. Yeah, everything else is doing A-okay. Let's go to a range build now. Range mode. Let's see if we actually have a little bit more survivability going on here. There's so many things like damaging me. It's these stupid lava enemies. And look at the damage numbers going over on the enemy. So many of them are not actually registering. Like, that's the big problem with this character, is his range mode just doesn't work. Like, so many of his attacks don't actually register. Granted, we do actually have more survivability as a ranged melee character for sure, but kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous. How much damage are we actually doing? We're doing 380k, about. That's not too bad. And then when we end up using our right click while we have a potion, what do we do? 530? Not too bad. He's actually not bad. He's viable. He's not great. Let me actually, you know what? This stupid enemy right here, I'm gonna take you out with my fist. That's right. Bring it on. I'm gonna punch you to death, stupid. I'm not, I'm dying. Help. I need help. Somebody. I need a whole group of Vanguards in here. Ow. Range mode. Engage. Let's give ourselves a little bit more survivability here. Woo. Ah! Oh man, he's got thorns. I don't think we're even gonna be able to do this. I mean, granted, these are people with me. I don't know how strong they are. But, oh, you know what we're gonna do after this? Let's swap all my gems over from my gunslinger to my Draco, and let's try him in Shadow Towers. I want to see, you know, if he's going to end up doing that much more damage and stuff. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise. Yeah, so obviously we can't solo towers with this guy at all. He doesn't keep up with Gunslinger, like, at all. Not even in the slightest. Like, I don't know what devs were thinking where they were saying he's gonna be really close. Like, nope, he's not even close at all. No! Oh, fast loading screen. Yay! Phew, that was a close one. Okay. Let's check out the Draco. So what I'm gonna do with this guy... Ugh. I gotta swap all my gems over. Because I gotta take all my magic gems off of my gunslinger, right? Because then we're gonna have a perfect build. Not necessarily. My class gem ability probably sucks. Or my class gem, not my class gem ability, is going to suck on this guy. Just because I didn't even bother getting like a good class gem for the Draco, honestly speaking. But we are on the test server, so it doesn't really matter about swapping your gems off and everything like that. Loop. Let's destroy everything that we've ever owned. Oh, and that's right. So as far as flux farming is concerned, folks, it's going to be really, really good to farm dragons. Because look at this. 2,000 flux. And if you farm it on Dragon Shard Day, see where I'm going with this? Going to be really, really good. All right, let's get rid of all of this trash. Oh, and also, by the way, I do have volatile velocity on my Vanguard. Maybe for some weird reason, that's what ends up making the character... No, that doesn't make the character broken. I was going to say maybe it does, but Joe actually deals with the same problems that I did with the Vanguard, and he doesn't have volatile velocity. Gunslinger, there we go. These are the level 30 costumes, by the way. You can kind of take a sneak peek at them. Swap all these, and... go to the second page. There's that lesser thing. I need more geminators here. Gems, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, that said, I still want to try out... Okay, that was weird. I still want to try out the Vanguard in U9, see what he's like at 25k. Because, I mean, we already know he's actually a really good farming character. Just because of all the movement and everything like that. But I'm really, really curious to see what Draco's going to do. Like, can we actually hold our own in Ultra Towers as this guy now? Vanguard needs a little bit of tweaking, honestly. He's a very powerful character, but the ranged, you know I just keep repeating that, but the ranged, I cannot stress enough, needs to be fixed. Because it's a bit too broken and uggles, unfortunately. No. No. Stop that. I'm not unclicking. There. I want that slot. No. Bad game. Okay, what do I even have for my class ability? Ugh. Can I get some randomizers here? Ugh, I don't have any binding darkness. Do I have randomizers just randomly? Oh, I do. Okay. Yeah, see, this gem right here is not perfect. Because I only have 2 squares into my stats rather than a full, like, third. But we should... Oopsie daisy. I gotta get magic damage off of that. Let's do it. Come on. Magic damage. Good. Crit hit. Crit hit. Nice. Okay. And then as far as augmenting, as you can see, we're not rocking, like, a maxed out gem or anything like that for my Draco. Maybe I'll try and get it augmented. But let's just try him in Ultra Towers right here, and then we'll swap back to the Vanguard. Woo! Also, when you throw down your bomb, it's got like a 2-second fuse now, where it just ends up exploding for no reason. That's like 4 seconds, then not 2, but... okay. Ultra Draco mode, here we go. Do I even have like the right... Ugh. Well, I kind of do. Oh, I didn't even think to use the yielding emblem to give us more survivability on the Vanguard. Whoa! Whoa! I mean, the fact that our babies are taking all the aggro. This is, wow. Draco's really good. Granted, again, we are using the emblem there, but still, our Draco babies taking all of the aggro is a big deal. Look at their survivability. I'm pretty sure they scale off of your max health as well, so you can build the Draco for a tank build now. because their survivability is going to be key to keeping your group alive. Like, look at this. We're actually getting through this whole wave. Kind of. We're not really doing the best damage, unfortunately. I'm also not used to... I should just honestly be tapping my right click like a freak. Because, unfortunately, like, I'm not used to the timing of the ability. We can just cast it, like, almost every 2 seconds, right? It's really, really good. Also, the range of your abilities, apparently, like, your fire and everything like that has been buffed as well. Oh, we got this other idiot over here. So, as you can see, we're not doing nearly as much damage as we were doing with the Vanguard. Like, with the Vanguard, we were already in the second phase by this point. Draco still is a bit slow. We are giving a lot of survivability, though. Now, if only our friends here were actually a little bit stronger and more survivable. Oh gosh, they're not aggroing my babies. Well, either way, I'm satisfied in what I saw. That's cool, and that's not like a fully maxed out class gem ability either. So I want to get off of Sure Strike, and I want to use the Unyielding. Maybe this will help us out. Also, Lunar Mode, let's actually swap that out for the Knight's subclass ability, because that's going to give us even more flasks, which gives us more survivability, right? And I'm going to try and do this. We'll try it. Maybe melee mode will end up working a bit more, because obviously we have a lot more damage in our melee mode. Too many minions! Too many minions! Melee mode! Let's just do it. Alright, this might actually work. This might actually work, especially if we got a Draco actually aggroing. I like it. Try this out, see if he ends up working. That Unyielding is making a big difference. Take it from the Book of Joe. Nintendo Gamer. That was actually a weird pun. I didn't even realize that I said that. But yeah. Joe always is all about, I use Unyielding and Shadow Towers, and I never use it for some reason. Use the Berserker Emblem. We need the Arcane, though, and the Unyielding is what's keeping us alive. Like, look at this. Look at our amount of flasks and stuff. This is actually working. Oh, never mind. These enemies are, like, not dead at all. But we're doing... Oh, I was gonna say we're doing really good damage, but that's that Gunslinger. Oh, man. That knockback is what's really killing it. And I mean that in a bad way. Like, look at how little damage we're being able to cause to that one enemy because we kept knocking him up in the air like an idiot. Like, that's not good at all. They really got to get rid of that knockback. Like, where'd the enemy go? Did we just knock him to the sky and he's just gone? I'm just going to carry this enemy to the next room, guys. Yeah, don't worry. This character doesn't have any knockback, right? He doesn't have any knockback. Where would you think that? But, yeah, Unyielding seems to be making a difference. I mean, granted, we got a Gunslinger in here doing damage, obviously. But, we are surviving. That's the key here. Your number one ability does also heal your teammates, as far as I know. So it's good to end up using it as often as you can. Which I'm not using it as often as I should be. Because our uppercut is actually reducing the cooldown here. Let me actually build up my cooldown. Oh boy. Okay. So we're still not going to be able to get through this wave. But at least now we kind of know how to build this guy for Shadow Towers. He still is, he doesn't hold a candle to Gunslinger. Obviously, there's going to be other characters that are going to be stronger than him. But still, I'm more satisfied with that. That is actually pretty viable. I mean, obviously, you're going to want to swap to another character. If you can. The magic characters still take it because they're dedicated ranged. But that's cool. I want to try him in U9 again before we end up calling the stream because I gotta get to bed, seriously. But still, very cool stuff, man. Oops, I should have gone to the hub. Ugh, rip me, dab. That sucks. Oh, boy. Very cool stuff, though. What does this class gem do? We already talked about that. Essentially, it makes it so that when you use your basic attack, you're going to end up reducing the cooldown on your abilities. So that's why on my uppercut, it keeps on making the, what's it called? Like, keeps on making that cooldown on our number one go down. Oh, also, I guess I should show you guys this. This is the new utility fixture, which what this does is it's actually interesting. It adds a new hero, so a new adventuring hero that you can end up getting. It's just going to be the same ones from the biome that we saw earlier. But it's going to increase your glide stat, which interestingly enough The glide isn't your movement speed while flying. The glide stat is going to increase your speed of descent, as far as we can tell, maybe. So essentially, I think what it means is that you're going to end up being able to dive a lot faster, I think, but not exactly sure. And then there's going to be increased plasminium drops. Obviously, that's going to be really good and has a unique spotlight effect as well. So this is going to be something that you're going to be able to craft really, really early on as far as the club progression is concerned. Again, I love how balanced this update is, where it's not all endgame content. What the? That freak that was beside us actually had the Griffin mount. I didn't even notice that until we left. Like the new Griffin mount. What a monster. How? I want all of that stuff. All right, let's go to U9. U10 on the way. Do you know if Vanguardian will come and if you will get the Essentials pack? You don't need to get the Essentials pack. He's going to be in this new packs right here, obviously. Pretty expensive as far as the class pack is concerned, but you're getting a lot of stuff out of it. It is worth it. Thanks, Bolton Nick. Appreciate it, bud. Is Tomb Raiser playing Yu-Gi-Oh? What? You're scaring me. All right, so let's, most of all, I want to try damage here. Because now, obviously, I got a lot more damage that I've got my last gem ability on. I'm not going to try for movement speed or anything like that. Obviously, for these guys, we're just going to be able to one-shot them. What are we doing without a pot? Is that 32 mil? I think. Ooh, look at the shadow on that mountain. That looks so sick. But I want to try against a normal boss and a proper, like, 3-star boss. These right here, by the way, are new neon trees. I hope they're a framework item. Or a fixture, I mean. Blammo! Alright, I'm going to try and defeat this normal boss right here. I'm trying to do it without a potion. I want to see if you can... Oh, man. I want to see if you can get away with making a build with this character that doesn't... Spikes stop you. Okay, let's just do this. I want to see if you can build this character without... What? I suck. I don't know how this dungeon is laid out. Oh, man, this guy's already going for it. Let's do it. Oh, that's the way that we came in. Never mind. Forget it. All right. Right click. This is without right click, please. Ah, we don't get to one-shot a boss with our right click. I mean, obviously, we're going to have more stats when we're on the live server. We're going to end up having better stats. Hopefully, I can end up getting better generation on my class gem ability. Because my class gem right now has 3 squares into physical. So I've got 134k physical damage when I would rather have that at 125 and have crit damage with 1 square. Because then we would actually be stronger. But also when it's on the live server, you're going to have the advantage of your frameworks and fixtures and stuff like that, right? But I still want to try, like, we're still causing massive amounts of damage. And we're not even using any potions. Also take into account lunacy mode. Oh, that's right. I could have been using lunacy mode to have more damage in Shadow Tower. But it's not really something that you mandatory need for this character. He doesn't seem to lunacy as often as you would think. All right, let's see if I can one-shot with a flask. Yeah! That's a 3-star boss one-shot by using a flask and using your right click. And here's the new Neon Rain. Isn't it pretty? And then, where's the sun? It's not gonna show up here. I wish we got to actually see a Rampage, though. That would be cool. But, yeah, really, really awesome. So, defeating U9, like, as you can see right there, we're already able to just go to the next dungeon. He's going to end up being very, very viable for U9. Not so much for Shadow Towers. Like, you can use him if you want. But, honestly, if you're going to go for a physical character, I would recommend you just use the Candy Barb, because your ultimate is going to end up making the Gunslinger better. We're so close to one-shotting. I think on the live server, I would actually... Yeah, I would be able to one-shot a U9 boss. That's really cool. Alright, well, anyways, let's hop back into the club world here, because hopefully other people are going to randomly join in and we can see some funny, cool stuff. But for the most part, I want to show you guys a couple things here. I want to show you the level 30 costumes, because you keep on asking. And then I'll just show you real quick right here. This is the class gem ability. I have this class gem like fully augmented, but again, we've got way too much to the physical when I would rather have it more evened out, like, you know, some of my other gems. like this one right here, that's more what we should have. It's 13k damage, 150 crit damage. So we're essentially missing over 50% crit damage, which is why we're obviously not as strong, right? And then otherwise, all my other gems are perfect. Absolutely what I want. I'm really close to mastery 550. What can I end up doing to actually increase that? Trying to think here, because I've got all the styles and I don't think that I can get any of the new mounts because they're just way too difficult to grind. Ooh. Maybe if we could end up, man. So when we ended up going onto the test server, originally, like right away, you were able to actually buy all these boxes. So a few people got to get all the mounts out of them. Not me, unfortunately. So I don't know if I can actually get to 550. Yeah, that's what the pose looks like, by the way. He's just kind of in an epic pose. It's kind of cool. And then this is going to end up being the new dragon that we're going to get for absolutely free. So that's pretty neat. And then otherwise, let me show you the 30 costumes. So this is going to be the Knight's 30 costume. Very cool. This is my favorite Knight costume. I actually really like it. And then the Pirate costume, not my favorite. Not a fan of it at all. It's all just one color, so it's kind of gross. And I don't really like that he's got blue pants going on with his red coat. It just, I don't know. There's something about it that doesn't really work. The level 30 Ice Sage costume actually makes him look very powerful, or her look very powerful, whatever. Really cool, like it. And then there's gonna be the Shadow Hunter, which is just gonna end up being a little bit more radiant. So you kind of got the purple on your back and all these other nice colors and stuff. And generally, you're gonna end up looking really swag. Faye doesn't really get that much of an increase. All you really get is just kind of lighter tones and gold. Who really cares, honestly? Just Faye. Candy Bob's got a nice one. It's all ice cream themed and stuff. We ended up seeing this on the dev stream a couple weeks back, and hey, it's actually pretty neat. Neon Ninja, very lackluster. Just this. Just a green Neon Ninja. We've already got costumes that look better. And then Gunslinger you saw earlier. It's just kind of a red Gunslinger costume. Again, it's not really the greatest. Draco, we already saw this one, which also affects your Dino Babies and your ult, which is nice. Boomerang is actually a real cool one because it's all dark themed and stuff. And I like the light blue backpack contrasting with the rest of the costume. Really neat. Then we got Tomb Raiders, absolutely beautiful. Like, look at this. Doesn't this look like a proper endgame Tomb Raider? Like, now we actually have a proper dark costume for the class. Really cool. Revenant, as you see these guys rocking, very beautiful. Really cool heroic costume for the Rev, like, seriously. Absolutely love that he's actually like a soldier. A little bit disappointing that there's not that many color variants, like with the shading, but whatever, what do you expect? Lancer is just, who cares? It looks pretty much the same as his other costumes, honestly speaking. It's just a couple different colors changed. And then Chloromancer is very subtle. You're not going to notice it unless I swap to the 20 costume. You can see we end up just getting more flowers and just essentially you get more to the character, right? So it's cool that you at least look stronger. And Draco absolutely sucks. Like, he just gets a blue scarf. It doesn't change your Dino Babies, and it just, I mean, the Draco, or Dino Tamer really needs to get some love, dude. Like, seriously, his costumes are so bad. I wish I could have actually gotten the Divinity costume for this guy, because that would have thrown my mastery over the top, but they don't actually have it, unfortunately, on this server. But either way, that's all the level 30 costumes. I'm not exactly sure what I could even do. Like, I'm so close to getting the Mega Mexcavator. I really hope I can get that before the PTS ends up going down after the weekend, right? When is the update coming out? It's going to be coming out either late March or early April. Guaranteed in April, if not in March. Maybe I could end up getting something lucky out of these boxes. I don't really think so, though. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. As far as all the new stuff, was there anything else that I needed to show you guys? Oh, and I ended up getting one of these fragments, which, let's actually go to the hub. I want to see how many new dragons are there. I don't think that the crafting components are there for the new dragons. Again, I'm not sure if this means that we're going to see... Hello. He's still selling all the same stuff. I'm not sure if the reason that they don't have the dragons craftable yet in here is because when it goes to the live server, we're probably going to be able to get away with using a dragon effigy. It would just make sense, you know? Like, why would we not be able to use a dragon effigy for the new dragons? It just, I don't know. So on the live server, I'll be able to get to 550 for sure. But on PTS, I don't know. We're really awkwardly close to it. Yeah, I'm not seeing any new dragons here, guys. Unfortunately. That's too bad. I wish I could have got that extra mastery so that I could have shown off the Excavator in a video. And most of all, seen what it could actually do. Can you actually reach 26 KPR? Yep. I'm just missing it. But if I ended up having more mastery, I would be able to do it. On the live server, I think I'll be able to actually get it. And then, I guess I should show you guys this. The new menu right here looks really, really good. Server's going to be closed after the weekend, unfortunately. But this is really cool because we've actually got, right here is going to be kind of the big highlight. This is the new welcome screen. It's going to show off a bunch of store packs and stuff like that, right? But more importantly, it's going to show off, this is going to be the ally right here. It's animated, which is beautiful. This is going to be the ultimate reward for the daily login. So we're going to get a nice sneak peek of those things from the welcome screen now. And then we also get to see chaos chest items as well. So it's really, really awesome that we get to see it animated right here. We get to see what it's about. Now, I'm still going to end up having my videos showing off the mounts and allies, obviously, because you guys see what they end up actually looking like when they're animating and the video effects and stuff. But really, really cool. Like, superb. It's triumphantly beautiful. And then if we end up looking at, let's look at some of these daily experience or daily login things. So on Monday, you're going to want to complete your shadow towers, because you have double key fragment drops, double shadow shard drops, double titan, and lunar soul drops. That's for Monday exclusive. If you have patron, it's triple. Insane. Tuesday is going to be gathering day, so check this out, Reapers. Like, this is absolutely awesome. Double radiant shard drops, double gardening crops harvested, double ore drops, and double fishing speed, which of course is triple if you have patron. Triple fishing speed, I am down for that. I don't touch fishing. I'm not going to, even when this update goes live, but at least it's not going to be as big of a grind for everybody else. Wednesday is gem day. Double gem box drops. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Gem upgrade dust cost is reduced by 10%, so upgrade your gems on Wednesday exclusively. And then you get up to 3 Lustrous gem boxes that drop from dungeons. Those are going to be able to give you augmenters, gem dust of any type, and rerollers. So we'll see if it ends up giving a viable amount of gem dust. But of course, patron, triple gem box drops. That's insane. You're going to be able to get so much gem dust out of that. Gem dust upgrade cost is reduced by 20%, and you can get 6 of those gem boxes. So servers are going to be really, really stacked with people playing, which again brings me to the point where I hope that their servers can actually handle it and have been upgraded. Adventure day, 50% more adventurine. Yup. Double chance to find adventure boxes and double chance to find talismans. That's all going to end up increasing if you have patron. Really, really good. Friday, you're going to be most interested in, guys. 2 times dragon coins from challenges, 2 times lesser caches from challenges, and 2 times of finding dragon fragments. 3 times if you have patron. Now, the dragon fragments, obviously Starfire is still going to be extremely rare to get. Like, they really need to buff that. Like, the drop rates are just so bad on it. But the interesting thing is that while you have better drop chance for the fragments, when you're actually going out into the world and killing the dragons that actually drop fragments, they're going to end up dropping 3 times the amount of fragments. So this is actually going to be a very good day for farming Flux because of all of the fragments that you can end up just loot collecting into Flux, right? And then for XP day, it's just standard. 50% more adventure XP. That's just us roaming the world and stuff. More club experience. So another day where we might want to end up grinding adventurine quests just for that club experience. And then more experience for PvP, which nobody really cares about. We should actually try this character in PvP. He probably is just completely overpowered. But patron is going to end up doubling that. And then loot day is going to be Sunday. So you're going to have 100 magic find. Double chance to find Flux artifacts, so even more ways to get Flux in the game, and then increase Chaos Chest drop chance. Of course, that's all going to end up increasing if you're using Patron. Again, very, very cool stuff, though. Like, seriously, these login rewards are really, really awesome. Absolutely awesome. Follow us on Twitter, blah, 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 all that junk. And I think that pretty much covers everything. The update, again, because everybody keeps asking, probably going to be around March 20th. I'm expecting, because maybe this is overlooking or reading too deep into it, but when the developers ended up actually showing the Vanguard on their development build, we actually saw the St. Patrick's pinatas being thrown down, which St. Patty's Day is March 17th. So it tells me that the Vanguard update is going to hit around that same time, because we're going to see these pinatas, the romancing ones, swapped out for the St. Patty pinatas, right? So most likely it's going to end up being March 20th or somewhere around there, whatever the Tuesday is, because that's when patches always roll out, right? So we can fully expect that, and in the unlikely chance where it ended up getting pushed back, we're going to see this update hit in April for sure. But I don't think so, outside of the fact that the patch notes say spring 2018 rather than actually saying a specific month. But maybe that's just all about building hype. And then I guess, last but not least, let me show you a couple of these weapon auras and how different they look on this character. Just because I want to give you an idea. I'll have another video that goes into more detail with it, because I don't want to spend too much time doing this. But if we end up changing this weapon aura, I want to find... Where's my electric aura? So, see this aura that we're rocking right here on our weapon? Just the normal neon electricity thing, right? If we end up swapping over to this guy, this is the exact same weapon aura. It just actually has a custom look to it specifically for the fist weapons. How cool is that? So a couple of the auras end up doing that, but of course I'm going to end up showing that off in another video for people that are actually interested in seeing it. But otherwise, I'm going to end up going to bed, everybody. I've been grinding this guy all night. He's finally level 30. I wanted to get it in one night because this update is only going to be around for the weekend, so it says on the welcome screen right here. So when I go to bed later tonight, I got to just non-stop record videos about the character and everything about it, and just... yeah, there's going to be a lot covered in the following weeks. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to have tutorials on everything out before this ends up going live so that you can end up being prepared for it. Excuse me. But, I mean, is he viable for Shadow Towers? We kind of saw... kind of, not really. This is his dance, by the way. It looks absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, yeah, I'm just prattling on now because I'm tired, but thanks for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate you tuning in today. We had so many people tune in. It's absolutely awesome. Really hype update. Like, seriously, it's really good. Sorry we didn't get to see a Rampage. It's disappointing, I know, but I do have footage of it, so I will have a video that actually shows them off. Don't worry about that, because it's really cool. But otherwise, if you would please like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Hit that notification bell. Blah. You know how it all works. It's also going to build up loyalty points in my merch store. Links are in the description for that. And if you're a fan that wants to go the extra mile, you can actually donate to me for absolutely free with Gawkbox. Links are in the description for that as well. Sayonara and stay epic, Reapers. Have yourselves a fantastic day, night, whatever time it is. I gotta wait for the stream to catch up to itself now. Those of you on Twitch, you can hear my secret message, though. And my secret message is...